When I first started doing YouTube, my main goal was to reach 100,000 subscribers. Like, that was the absolute end goal. So to have doubled that in a pretty short amount of time is nothing short of amazing to me. And really all I can say is thank you. I always dreamed that I could make this my job eventually, and because of you guys, I can actually do that. So I really appreciate you guys. Now I'll try to answer questions that I haven't talked about before, and if you have a question that didn't make it into the video, I will try to answer some in the comments as well. I'll answer as many as I can at least. What was, in your opinion, the greatest advancement in tech technology? I know a lot of people will probably say something like the stabilizer or thermal imagers, but for me it's probably digital fire control systems. Being able to shoot first is nice in games like War Thunder, but people really underestimate how important actually hitting that first shot is. And before digital fire control systems, that was pretty difficult, especially at range. So I would say either digital FCS or laser rangefinder. What's your favorite thing to do off the mic and outside of your job? I've mentioned before that I really like cooking, and I like watching content from other YouTubers. It usually gives me motivation to work on my own videos. Beyond that, I don't do a whole lot, I mostly just sleep. Excluding history / the military, what is your favorite subject to learn about? I would say archaeology, actually. That's a pretty recent development, but it's interesting to see how people lived back then and see how similar we are. What is the worst part of producing a video and has it gotten better over the years? It's always been recording voiceover for me. I've always been terrible at public speaking, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better at it over the years, like it doesn't bother me much now. It's just that when I'm really into a subject, I tend to talk pretty quickly, and sometimes people have trouble keeping up with that, but I feel like recently it's gotten a lot better. Can I file your merchandise as a work-related expense on my W-4? Well, I think if you wear it to work, you can probably squeeze that in. Say it's essential to your job. And speaking of my merchandise, I actually got some samples for it, and it's surprisingly good. Like, the print quality is really nice, it's very comfortable. I should have some new designs on there right now when this video goes live. And of course, the obligatory "are you a furry" question. If I say yes, will you guys stop asking about it? And you know, I get the arguments of people saying that I am one. I really don't care if you call me one. But for people that think that furries are just the worst ever, for a lot of viable reasons, it's a lot easier to just say no than to try and explain the nuance to it. And ironically, furries have given me the most grief for it. It's gotten to the point where I've been harassed over it, I've had my privacy invaded. So if saying yes puts this all to bed, then sure. What's your favorite dinosaur and why? Finally, the real questions. No, anyway, it's probably Baryonyx, or maybe Spinosaurus. They just look cool, and I think that sort of semi-aquatic niche is a very interesting concept. If you could design your own tank from the ground up, what would your ideal tank be? It already exists, it's the RDFLT. If you could own a tank, what would you choose? See the previous answer. How long do you plan on doing YouTube? For as long as I can, honestly. As a job, it definitely has its ups and downs, but I'm starting to enjoy it more. I don't know if that's just Stockholm Syndrome talking or what. How is life treating you? This year has been pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of medical stuff is bothering me, but, you know, it's whatever. Not much you can do about it. What's your favorite artist / band / song? It's Circa Survive. And my favorite song is probably the demo version of The Great Golden Baby. Would your dream job involve working with the military? No. My dream job was working at NASA, and I was trying to join the Air Force as an avenue to get to there, and I had the ASVAB scores for it, but unfortunately the medical issues sort of put a stop to that. Will you do more videos on reformers? Probably. Would you do more collabs with the Chieftain as well as others? Yeah, if they're down for it. I'm not sure how much I could add on the Chieftain side of things. His videos go a lot more in-depth than I do. What is your favorite comfort food? Chicken and cheese quesadillas. They are incredibly simple, so good, you really can't go wrong with them. Are you interested in firearms? You would think so, but I really have no interest in them at all. The Stoner 63 looks cool. That's about all I can say, really. How'd you get into being a YouTuber? Well, there was a long period where I couldn't work because I had a hole in my chest for a medical thing. It's a plasmapheresis. It's where they like take your blood out and filter it. I couldn't do any labor for, I think, 3 months or so. So I just got bored and started making videos, and I never stopped, really. Are you a dog person or a cat person? Definitely a dog person. I'm really not a big fan of cats. I think I'm allergic to them. And you know, they use the litter box, and then they walk around on counters and tables and stuff, and it's just very gross. What's your favorite YouTube channel? I think it's Ambiguous Amphibian. He is just so relaxing to watch. Mini Minuteman is also a really good one. Are you autistic? Not that I'm aware of, I've not been diagnosed. Do I think I'm a little on the spectrum? I mean, probably. I make War Thunder videos. Why YouTube and not Twitch or something else? Because I like editing, I like having a more cohesive content format, whereas Twitch is more chaotic and off the cuff. What are some of your favorite Halo songs? Rock Anthem for Saving the World, Covenant Dance, Tip of the Spear, Deference for Darkness, and Impend. What's your favorite movie? Blade Runner 2049. Denis Villeneuve is a great director. It's an oddly calming movie to me. I'm not sure why. How come you don't burn out when doing YouTube? Oh, I definitely do. I just do a pretty good job of hiding it, I think. What's your favorite food to make from scratch? Definitely pizza. I got a pizza stone recently, and that was pretty nice to use, but I ruined it pretty much immediately. The pizza wouldn't come off the peel, so it kind of fell onto the stone upside down, and it made like an inverted calzone. So there's just a bunch of stuff burned onto the stone now. I might throw up a picture of a good pizza I made recently. Why don't you take out other tanks in your lineup? I do depending on the video, but if I'm short on time, I don't. What is your goal here on YouTube? Survival. What is your opinion on your community? Generally pretty positive. You know, most of you guys seem really nice and understanding. Anyway, thank you guys for helping me reach this milestone. It really does mean a lot. If you guys have suggestions for video topics, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.